Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a wonderful lesson with Mr. Wheezy. So, keep working through this chapter. We start off with different conversions, dealing with your British standard, what we all use around here. Getting into symmetric, converting back and forth, getting into Celsius, Fahrenheit. And then we jumped. Now we go into the coordinate plane and how that all works, how we can graph points and all that. Well, this is the last little shift for these last three, and we're going to be getting into different sequences. However, starting with here, if we think back to that coordinate plane, if we know x is positive and we know y is negative, then we're going to be to the right and we're going to be down. So we're going to be in quadrant 4. That's how you dance that one. But starting with sequences, first we have arithmetic sequences. Arithmetic just means it's going between the different numbers of that sequence, which we call terms. And I'll mention that different times. But going from number to number, they're going to be adding up the same amount or subtracting by the same amount every time. So you're going to add or subtract the same thing with arithmetic. The other part of this is geometric. Geometric is when you multiply or divide by the same number each time. So if we're going up 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, so on, we're adding 3 each time. Now if we multiply, say we go 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. They were multiplying by 2 each time. So multiplying by 2 each time is geometric. Adding by 3 each time was arithmetic. And today we're just going to determine what type of sequence is it. Is it geometric? Is it arithmetic? So the only way it can be one of those is if it repeats that same number. So if it doesn't repeat, so if it's adding different numbers or if it's multiplying by different numbers each time, then it's neither. It's not going to be one or the other. It has to be the same number each time to be one or the other. So, what kind of sequence is this? Well, we're going 36 to 49 to 64 to 81. So, let's see. Difference between 36 and 49. If you take your calculator, and we go 49 minus 36. So, just take the second one minus the first one. Oop, I don't know what I'm all hitting there. So 49, 9 minus 36. We have 13. So there's a difference of 13 here. So if we go to the next one, 64 minus 49. Well, now we're a difference of 15. So let's do the last one, 81 minus 64. Which is 17. Sorry for the semi. That was my brother. He's hauling corn. So here we go up by 13. Here we're 15. Here we're 17. So we're not going up by the same thing. And guess what? It's not going to be multiplying by the same thing either. 36 times what will give you 49? Well, way to check that. First one divided by the second one. 49 divide 36. Well, 1.36. So if we do the next one, 64 divided by 49. Nope, that's different. 81 divided by 64. That one's different there. So we're not multiplying by the same thing. We're not dividing by the same thing. Or we're not multiplying by the same thing. We're not adding by the same thing. So this one's going to be a neither. Now, the only thing, and I don't have an example of this, but if it stays the same number every time, it's actually going to be both arithmetic and neither, because you're adding by 0 each time and you're timesing by 1 each time, so you're doing the same thing there. That's just something to think about. If you ever come across that, the number doesn't change, it's both. All right, so what kind of sequence is this here? Well, if we look at adding, 35 minus 7 is going to be 28. Well, 175 minus 35 is going to be a lot bigger than 28. Don't keep going through and subtracting. It's going to be different each time that's going up. So we don't want to look at that. However, if we go dividing now, let's go this way. 35 divided by 7 would be 5. So now if we check this, well, what's 35 times 5? 175. Hey, that's our next number. Let's take it times 5 again. Hey, that's our next number. we're going up by 5s. So this one here, geometric. We're multiplying by the same thing each time to get our next term, our next number. So something else to look at with geometric, the numbers are going to start going up by a lot. There's going to be huge differences between each number. That's kind of a clue that's going to be geometric. All right, this one here. Well, 40 minus 51, negative 11. Okay, so if we do the next one, 29 minus 40. Hey, that's negative 11 as well. Let's check the last one. 18 minus 29, negative 11 as well. So if it's changing by the same amount each time, this one's minus 11, this one's minus 11, this one's minus 11. We're adding or subtracting the same thing. That is arithmetic. Okay. So if you look at, they're going to be changing by about the same amount. They're going to, if they're starting small, they're going to stay, about that same smallness going through. So if they look really close like this, that's kind of a clue for arithmetic. If they're starting to jump by a lot, that's going to be geometric. Things to kind of look for. So, Carrie goes to the gym 3 times per week. We can do this with story problems as well. So if you track the total number of gym visits she has taken over time, what kind of sequence will you see? Well, let's look at 4 weeks. So week 1, she would go 3 times. Week 2, she would also go 3 times, so she would really have a total of 6 times. She goes another 3 times in the 3rd week, so now she's up to 9 total. 3 more times in the 4th to be up to 12 total. We're going up by the same amount each time. We're adding 3 each week. That's staying the same. So if we're adding the same each time, arithmetic. Okay. So, adding the same thing each time, arithmetic. Timesing by the same thing each time, geometric. Remember, adding, subtract, go together, arithmetic. Multiplying goes together with divide, so that's also geometric. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Send me a message on Google Classroom or through my email are going to be the best ones. You can also send me a pan, but just know that I may not respond as quickly as you do the other ones. Also, something I've been figuring out with the Google Classroom, if you just make a post, I don't always get the notification that you've done that. So it's better if you comment on one of my posts, then I get that notification that, hey, someone's talking about it. Then I know to get on. I haven't quite figured out how to change that so it notifies me anytime there's a post made. But till next time, guys, we'll talk to you later.